Well, folks, it's another day where as you walk out the door, you may encounter some dark skies because storms are already beginning to fire up across the DMV along with those heavier downpours. This is from our station camera looking directly off to the north. We have a pretty heavy dose of rainfall going on across the northern portion of the district here this afternoon. Again, not raining directly here at the station, but just up the road. Oh yeah, it's starting to get pretty active. And then you have a view like this in places like Hagerstown where storms just have not fired up yet. A lot of blue sky, a couple of clouds in the sky. So that's the nature of things here today, folks. The storms, they'll be out there, but they are going to be hit or miss, and they're really not going to move all that much. They'll bubble up, drop some heavier rainfall, and then dissipate. There we are. We have that one heavier downpour just to the north of the heart of D.C. here toward Chilham and Silver Spring, out toward White Oak as well. A little bit of a heavier downpour there on the Maryland side. Right along the Potomac River here, just south of Potomac, we're seeing a heavier downpour just outside of the Beltway and out toward Reston. There's another one of those storms heading down towards southern Maryland. We just have one heavier downpour over Loveville at this point, but the activity has started to calm back down a little bit again out across southern Maryland. Heads up, if you're out towards Centerville and Groveton, we have this heavier downpour just to the north of Interstate 66, and right near Sterling, there's a closer look at that heavier downpour out across portions of Loudoun County. Now for our western counties, like we just showed you with Hagerstown, not a lot going on. We do have a heavier storm out to the north of I-68 there in Garrett County, but that is pretty much the extent of the activity out to the west at this current moment. And really, folks, the reason again for all of this, look at how warm we already are. We're in the middle to upper 80s. That is the other thing to watch out for today. That warmth and mugginess combined is going to make for very sweltering conditions. You want to limit your strenuous activity outside if you can. Stay cool and hydrated. Look at those dew points. Oh my goodness, up into the 70s, feeling very much like we're on the Gulf Coast here today. So isolated storms will continue to fire the rest of the afternoon and evening. We're still keeping an eye out for that possibility of heavy rainfall to go along with a few of those storms. We stay very warm and muggy the next several days before we start to see a little bit of a cool down this weekend. But folks, the reason we're seeing that cool down, we're going to see a lot of cloud cover and some very steady to heavy rainfall with a more potent storm system on Sunday. And that's going to be the day we have to really keep an eye out for that threat of heavy rainfall, especially because these next few days we're not going to catch much of a break from the activity that's out there. Here we are at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Most of the showers and storms will concentrate to the east, closer to D.C., I-95, southern Maryland, but we still totally can't rule out some storms bubbling up to the west across those Blue Ridge Mountains into the Allegheny Highlands, and there's that activity continuing until we get into the evening time here on this Thursday. And then as we go into your Friday, there's going to be a cold front approaching from the west, and that will be able to spark up even more scattered shower and storm activity as we roll into the afternoon and evening time tomorrow as well. So if we get this rainfall hitting many of the same areas over and over again as we go through the next few days, well, that's why Sunday, when everybody starts to see a lot more rainfall, it could be a little bit of an issue. But we do drop to the lower 80s, and then we finally start to see things dry out as we get into the middle of next week.